Sunday rolls around and they're back on the screen. James and Dan, the wildest pair you've ever seen. Tuning up the airwaves, ready to ignite. Talking all things Poda, they're live tonight. From pile-ups to gear and crazy ham hacks, you never know where the convo tracks. One minute it's antennas, next it's a dare. Welcome to the world of the wild on-air affair. It's Shenanigans, cranking up the sound.
Kilo 8.
James and Dan taking Poda to town, talking crazy calls and late night thrills. Tuning up the bands with the power and the skills. Shenanigans, you know it's never tame. Every Sunday night they're bringing the game. They're swapping stories about the wildest roads, park to park, from the highs to the bros. Radio's failing, but they make it through. Working those stations, yeah, nothing they can't do. James says, late shift's the thrill of it all. Dan's like, watch this pile up, I'll catch 'em all. With gear on the table and coffee in hand, they're rocking shenanigans across the land. It's Shenanigans, cranking up the sound. James and Dan taking Poda to town, talking crazy calls and late night thrills. Tuning up the bands with the power and the skills. Shenanigans, you know it's never tame. Every Sunday night they're bringing the game. From wild activations to DX trees, they're riding the waves, breaking all the beats. Maybe a bet on who's faster on the draw. No matter what they chat, they leave us in awe.
CQ Field Day, hello, CQ Field Day. CQ Field Day, hello. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, guys.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zoo November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. Great music, even though I got a question about that great music in a second, Dan. And shenanigans. Before we thank the Patreons, you know, you sit there, it is great music and we have great stuff, but it says wild accusations. Would me and you ever wildly accuse somebody of something they didn't do?
No, but it also says a wild on-air affair.
Well, I mean, it's not on air anyway.
You know, yeah. It's out in the open.
That's right. Thank you very much to each and every Patreon. You guys are absolutely awesome. We appreciate you. And we are getting very, very close to seeing a whole bunch of you guys, and I'm excited about that. Also, shout out to the YouTube members. I still like that Poda Rover board filled up one more name. It just is exciting. And then the ever-changing board, which we didn't get to change because I was out squeezing in one last activation. So it happened. But if I was to look at the board right now, I could tell you that Whiskey 1 Radio Charlie Papa would be marked off there, and Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Delta Victor would move up into that spot. That would be the only change. So, Stephen, you're on there in heart.
Very nice. Very nice. Everybody.
But considering Stephen got me in that activation, that last minute hurry up activation, he's not going to complain, I don't think.
True. Hey, it's Sunday, man. Shenanigans. Welcome, everybody. Episode 106. 106 of Shenanigans, and I am still in winter field day mode. So let's do this. Let's see. Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie, please copy. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Good to see you, buddy. Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta, please copy. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Bravo Bravo. Please copy. Where's Kyle when we need him? All these please copies. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar. Please copy. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Kent, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo. Please copy. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Andy Cali. What is going on? Hey, Andy, throw your call sign in the chat. Do it. Appreciate it. November 2 Tango Kilo Tango. What's up, buddy? 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Mike 88 KB. Good to see you, buddy. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Scrolling on down. Kilo 8. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo Dad. Hello, hello. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Still scrolling down. N2 TKT just got you. Mo got you in here. Brent, November 4 Bravo Delta Whiskey. Guess what? 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Chris, Whiskey 0. Charlie Golf Charlie. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Ronnie, Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu, Romeo X-Ray. What's going on, buddy? 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey Mike Dennis. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Gene McPhee, November 3 X-Ray Uniform Sierra. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Good to see you. Scrolling. Kilo Echo 6 Golf Alpha Echo. The Hillbilly Ham. What is going on, buddy? 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Kilo Oscar 4 Fox Sierra Zulu. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Andy Cowley. 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo. I don't know if we're the first stream that you've ever divulged that on or not. But 2 Echo 0 Romeo Echo Echo. Welcome. 1 Hotel Golf Alpha. Happy Sunday. I don't know how many contacts I made. I wasn't specifically doing field day, but if I ran across a POTA station that was doing field day, I exchanged pleasantries and exchanged with them.
So I have multiple questions about this weekend. Number one, I want to know if anybody that was in the PZN Challenge pre-field day fell out of the PZN Challenge during field day. It's very important for me to know that. You would need to tell me now. That's my first question. My second question is, was there anybody that was able to make it through the whole field day weekend without saying, please copy?
No, I was not. And I know Chris, Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar, and the group he was with, they got 2,772 contacts spread over, what was it, Chris? 5? You were 5 India? That's a pretty good number. And I'm sure they said, please copy more than once.
You know, and they were at field day and they still made sure and hunted the king when the king was on.
Sure did. Yeah, and the bands weren't really that busy. And I did. So I was mainly focused on hunting POTA. Got a lot of new to me parks, especially overseas today. Like 10 meters was been on fire all weekend. But so I would call a POTA park at my normal calling a POTA park wattage. And if they gave me a field day exchange, believe it or not, I would actually make it legal. I'd turn the amp off. I'd turn the radio power up to 80, 90 watts, and then I'd complete the QSO with them. So I'd be at 100 watts. So even though I wasn't strictly playing field day, I was playing POTA. I'd drop the power down just to do the field day exchange like you're supposed to. If I gave you a field day exchange, it was definitely 100 watts or less. Yes, please copy is required for the exchange.
And Mo was helping make PSK great again. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mo. We got to do that stuff. But yeah, I kind of did the dual task thing. I did activate for Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf. I did a little bit of sideband for him, even though I said I wouldn't. I did CW, and I basically stayed search and pounce when I was doing CW most of the time. So if you were looking for me specifically for that, sorry. Dan said he was looking me for specific, but Dan did get us. Dan did get us because when I did CW for Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zoo November boat activation, I was also doing adding Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf to that.
Every
But
time I came in, every time I came into the shack just to hunt a little bit, I would flip over to 20 CW and I would listen to each CW station on the band. And that was fun. Let me tell you what, I'm waiting for that Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar golf, but
But yeah, but then I also did Winterfield Day for myself some, and I don't remember what I got. It wasn't a whole lot because I mostly did it for the club. That and between that and eating, because that's what I like to do on field day is eat. So yeah, but it was an interesting weekend, especially the drive up to Tick Ridge was especially interesting. I thought Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Delta was going to have a heart attack going up the mountain. So we were the only 2-wheel drive to make it up on Tick Ridge.
really,
But that's because I drove. So,
did you have any surprise guests, maybe furry animals this year at Winterfield?
no furry animals this year.
Really?
Yeah, no furry animals.
That's surprising.
But yeah, we'll put it this way: the drive up was so interesting enough that she got out of the car at one point and said, "Before you go up that part, I'll walk."
I want to say a prayer before you go.
Yeah, and her granddaughter was in the car, and we got up to the top, and she's like, "I don't know what you're tripping out for. That wasn't that bad."
You were still in a rental?
No, we're in the Nissan.
I was about to say, if you were in the rental, just send it.
That I think that's what she was tripping out the most. just dropping $1,000 deductible and bringing it home, and then me taking it up to Tick Ridge in the ice and snow. So, but
Well,
it was good stuff. On the windshield is still cracked on it, of course, but that'll be fixed when we get back from Florida. So
might even fix it while you're down there. Just find a little safe light place. And
no, because they actually called us, and the insurance actually approved it on the other claim.
oh, cool.
So there won't be no deductible, and we're going to actually get it done. They've already got the windshield ordered, and it'll be waiting on us when we come back from Florida in March.
Awesome. Bang, bang. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you had a great weekend.
I haven't seen anybody in the chat that says they fell out this weekend, and I tried my best to make sure and get out there enough under PZN as well as Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf, and I did tell everybody to message me if they had not got me. And I even went out right before this stream and did a speed activation at 1810. But I don't know. I guess we'll see in 2 or 3 days when somebody's like, "Well, I fell out," and I said, "Well, I asked you, and I could have probably fixed that for you. I could have gave an exemption, but if you don't tell me now, it ain't gonna happen." So
I think I got you late shift last night.
you got me last night, I know for a fact. And shout out to Terry last night, because I was like, "Hey Terry, I need a 160 contact because I need this band." And he worked Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf on 160 last night.
It ain't hard for him. He has like a half wave inverted L, and it does great on 160. He has an awesome 160 setup.
So good deal.
North Carolina Old Man Overland. What's going on, buddy?
Mr. Max.
One hotel. Off Alpha.
Oh, that's funny. So anybody have any bad experiences with field day?
No, but I had a shocker. I worked some, I forget who it was. I want to say they gave me like a 12 Oscar. It was crazy. Oscar. Yeah.
I can guarantee you that was not in West Virginia.
I don't know if they were counting their handhelds they have beside them or what, but yeah, they gave me a 12 Oscar.
My speed activation had a guy at the gas station asking if Chris was talking to God, and he said, "Nope, just the king." That is priceless right there. Thank you very much for the super chat, Chris.
That is great.
And it was funny because like I said, when I would do PCN, I was doing field day as well. So when you hunted me at the park, because I'd spot on POTA and do POTA, and if you wasn't giving me a field day exchange, I would say, all right, you're 5'9". If it was Dan, I'd be like, all right, you're 5'9", and I got your one hotel golf alpha. So,
Hey, yeah, I mean, the bands were weird this weekend. I think it was Friday, Terry. I worked Robbie, who was at a park here in Georgia, and I worked him on, I want to say 15, 17, 10, 20, 40, and 6 meters. And that shouldn't happen. Should not happen, but hey.
I'm gonna give Robbie a shout out, Robbie and Dan actually, because it's great this year to be hunted by these two guys because and there's more, of course, Terry and Toby and stuff like that, but they've never stopped hunting me. Where Robbie and Dan, got slack last year and didn't hunt me near what they should have, and they're back to normal this year, and Robbie don't let his job interfere or nothing. He just remotes and gets me, and it's really a pleasure to get them old school. When I used to bust my tail. Well, it's not like I'm not busting my tail this year. Missing field day was a vacation. I'm like, wow, I'm just gonna do one park the whole time.
I wouldn't say that I'm back to normal like I was in, what would that be, 2023?
Mm-hmm.
Because I would hunt you basically almost every activation back then, and now I get, the first one of the day, and then I'm, just, I got to go along, with my business. I got other stuff I need to be doing.
maybe there are several days that you hunt me multiple parks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So okay, yeah, forget it. We won't give Dan the shout out. We'll just give it to Robbie.
Yeah. Good job, Robbie.
Dan can just kiss it.
November Lover is back on the game too.
Yeah, he's been activating every day or his every day, the early late shift, whatever.
Oh, hold on. Big shout out. Kirk Collins. Whiskey 9 Kilo Echo Charlie /AG. Awesome, buddy. Passed his general today. Made 60 contacts. Made 60 contacts at your club station. Awesome, buddy. Good. Congratulations. And hopefully hear you on the bands around, buddy.
Yep. Congratulations. And now you got to get into my POTA log this week.
There you go.
What's your call, Kurt? I want to know your call because I want it to hit when you get in my log this week, because that's your goal of the week.
Whiskey 9 Kilo Echo Charlie.
Whiskey? No, that was his club call, wasn't it?
Oh no, because he signed it Stroke AG. So that's him.
Okay. So Whiskey 9 Kilo Echo Charlie.
That's right.
Yep. You need to be in my log by the end of the week.
Is James's background a pic of him riding the bike to? Yes, that's a picture of him riding the bike down here.
Listen, that is live. That picture of me in the background is live.
That's right.
This is just AI generated. Yeah. Picture in the background is live. Me riding my bike on the way to Dan's. I'm detouring through Arizona right now.
That is awesome. Oh, Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Okay.
Oh.
How about Kansas City? I mean, they play. I think they started like 6:30. I think, don't they?
Let's hope they don't go.
Well, they got a 3-peat.
I know they need to know peak. I'm tired of seeing them. I don't hardly watch very much football, but I'm tired of seeing them. And I've seen a lot of the plays that teams get calls against, because of course they blast at everyone on social media.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they get away with it, So
there's a lot of money in that there damn foosball. My mom always said foosball is the devil.
Yes, there is. I think they should pay POTA activators that much money a year.
There you go. Get sponsored. That's right. You have to take pictures of your Nike kicks before you go on your activation.
If any NFL football team would like to sponsor the Ham Radio Adventure Guy for next year, I can guarantee a Super Bowl win for you.
Please humor a new HF operator. So Kurt, who just got his general. Yaesu FT 991 Alpha, yay or nay?
Well, I'll tell you what, I used it for the first year, minus a mishap, but like the first year of my activating, and it did a good job. Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Delta now uses that same radio for all her activations, so it's a good radio.
Let's see. I'm comparing here. For depending on where you get it, I would spend another 150 or 200 or so and get the FTDX10.
Isn't the 710 cheaper than the DX10?
Probably. Oh yeah, yeah. But if you're looking at 991A, but that does VHF UHF too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a big seller. If you want it to do VHF UHF, and that's the reason why you're getting the 91. If that's the reason you're getting the 991A, stick with it. But if you're looking for strictly HF, spend another 150, 175 bucks or so and go up to the DX10. That's my opinion.
You still totally missed my question. Isn't the 710 cheaper than the DX10?
Yeah, by far. Well, not by far. Yeah, it is.
So what's the difference in price in the 991A and the 710? Just in case 150, 200 bucks is out of the range when you spend.
Roundabout figure FT 991A is 1,200.
Okay.
The 710 is 950.
Oh, if you are going for only HF, get the 710 by far.
Yeah,
because it's cheaper, and it's cheaper, and it's a better radio as far as HF. Now, again, I'm not knocking the 991A. I've made many contacts. I have one. It's an excellent radio. And if you need if you need the 2 meter capabilities for it, yes, go for it by far. But if you're just needing an HF radio, get the 710. You'll be more happy with that HF wise.
Yep. I've never had an HF radio that can also do VHF UHF without a transverter. So yeah.
So the thing is, I have very seldomly used my 991A on 2 meters is the bad thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just depends on that. If you're needing it for 2 meters as well, yeah, it's a great radio.
Yeah, if you want it like Golf Alpha Echo said, if you want it for like a shack in a box, that's awesome too because it does VHF UHFs. Yep, man. You can finance it through PayPal. That's right, Brent. Break it up to smaller little cry chunks instead of one big cry chunk.
Yeah, I can remember. I saved forever to afford. That's why I was comparing the price when you said an extra $175. Sometimes an extra $175, $200 when you're trying to get your first HF radio is the difference in getting a radio now and getting a radio in 6 months. Because I saved forever to get my first 991A.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, how much do you think I could get for my 7300? I'm not thinking. I'm not looking to get near what I paid for because I know that's not going to happen because the market's flooded.
He's looking for 2 meter SSB and digital with HF. So yeah, your 991A that'd be the only choice I would go.
Yep, 991A for that. Yep, for sure. I think when James comes down here next week, I'm going to sneak out, open his Apache case, and take his DX10 out and put my 7300 in there. See if he notices.
I think I would definitely notice.
Yeah, but you're not going to notice until the next day when y'all are down the road trying to do an activation.
Well, the thing would be,
Then you have to wait a whole week to get it back.
I would have to wait a whole week to get it back. But the person who's going to be the maddest about that is going to be Sherry,
That's true.
because that means she would be hunting with the 7300.
Yeah.
Because I would then take the 991A from her and be activating with it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Now, if you want to take the 991A or the DX10 out and switch it with your 101, we can talk.
Yeah, no. I'd probably put the 7610 in there before I do that.
You know, as dumb as I'm going to sound right now, I wouldn't want the 7610 over my DX10, even though it's technically supposed to be a better radio. I'm going to tell you. So I don't know. I may have told this on Wednesday or not, but I don't know if I did or not. The other day I was activating, and this guy hit me, and I gave him a 5.6, 5.7. I can't remember. He was very workable. Little distortion in his voice and stuff. He said, "Do you mind if I try a different radio and hit you with it?" I said, "Go ahead." Now, I don't know what radio he's on or nothing. He hit me, and I was like, "Oh, that one's much better. 5.9, no distortion, perfect audio. You know, a lot better punch to it." He said, "Okay, I was just seeing how much better this 710 would be than the 7300."
You know, and that's weird because I remember you telling that. But what's weird about that is, to me, out of the box, directly factory settings, Yaesus are flat. They're not bad. They don't sound horrible. Don't get me wrong. They're just kind of a flat audio.
Well, he didn't say he didn't adjust his audio.
Right. Well, that's true. But the icons out of the box seemed more gooder. They're more gooder. As far as the audio, you know, the
people who use icons would use words like more gooder.
Yeah, that's right. They're most goodest.
But they don't have that punch, that pile up punch. That's my big thing with them. They just, I don't care what you do to them, unless you stick them on damn 1500 watts with this beam. Yeah, then you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
But they don't have that one call, get it done and get it over with punch.
Yep. The ICOM does like the adjustments. It does not have the parametric EQ and all that. You can adjust bass and treble and compression. On the Yaesu, you can do your parametric EQ. You can adjust your your bass, mids, treble, your compression, and they have this magic thing called AMC, which I don't use because I don't understand it. So I don't have the AMC enabled. I run compression instead of AMC. The automatic mic something or another that ties into compression and mic gain. It's just call it compression. Don't try to reinvent the wheel here.
So the audios don't have the punch. I mean, it's not set up right out of the box. I'll give you that. Oh, yeah. But it does still have more punch than an ICOM right out of the box, because I took mine straight out of the box and could break any pile up with it. But now my hunters would complain about my voice, not because they couldn't hear me, but because it wasn't what they're used to hearing. Yeah. And I had to literally sit on the radio with several of them until I got my audio just right where my other Yaesu was.
It took me about 2 weeks of fiddling around and working a lot with the folks in Discord to listen to me on the air to get my audio settings on my 101D exactly like I want them. I think they sound pretty good. If not, let me know and we can work on it. I'm not opposed to criticism. Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time says hello from himself and Kilo 4 Alpha.
That's funny. Somebody hit me on field day and I did that. I was like, station ending in Alpha.
They were probably like, again?
So, Michael, when you worked me as field day, I'm going to assume that you were somewhere in Georgia because you gave me 3-0 Golf Alpha. And it kind of threw me a little bit.
Yeah, I think weren't they at Chattahoochee something or another? Forget.
Yeah, I don't know who the third operator was with them was though.
Clarice.
Oh yeah, Clarice.
Yeah, she finally got her general. She's going to be testing for extra down in Orlando.
Kilo Echo 4 RTL is Clarice's call sign. That's Kilo Echo 4 Rub the Lotion.
Rub the lotion. I thought it was going to be like Kilo 7 Golf Quebec.
I wonder if Therese, when Therese gets her license, if she's going to be as annoying as Terry on the radio. Just constantly call her call sign.
I love it on 20 meters, dude, because you totally obliterate my front end on 20 meters here. It's nuts. I mean, you're so damn loud. And I get on there and goes, Terry's on the desk again.
So here's the funny thing, though. So I've gotten great performance out of this Gelagus. This thing has just been an absolute stellar great antenna. But the first activation I done with the Eagle One back again, and the few that I did after it, everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're so loud! How are you so loud?" It just really puts it into perspective how great that Eagle One is, because nobody has ever complained about that Gelagus antenna at all.
I haven't had a chance to use mine. The 750, I believe, is what I got. I haven't had a chance to use it in the field yet, but I've used it many times just here at the house, set up in the backyard, and it's worked great.
It does an absolutely amazing job. But I just tell you what, I had a guy earlier because I was doing field day for myself, so I went out away from everybody else to where I can blast, and I did the Eagle One. Some guy said, "How much power are you running?" And I was sitting there thinking,
83.
I owned an amp. I'm running 83 watts. My goodness, you're 40 over here. What kind of antenna you running? I'm like, did I really get a vid on field day? Calling me on field day?
Of course. If the FT710 and the DX10 had a child, it would be an FT1000D. Yeah, see that.
I actually would love to have a 710. It's not something that I'm actively searching to get or nothing, but I'd love to have a 710 to go to my collection. But I really would. Huh?
You know what's going to happen, right?
What?
Because the last time you said some crap like this right before Orlando, you walked out of there and you basically stole a bunch of stuff, right? So you'll probably walk out of there with a 710 for like nothing.
I don't. No, I don't. I've got a lot of money invested in this deer accident from Sherry, so I don't see me walking away from Orlando with a new radio. Plus, I know that I could at any day get a phone call and say, "Your new Jesus here at DX Engineering. Can you make the payment for it, please?"
How much first?
Can you tell me how much first?
Yeah,
because I've got $35 invested in it, and I might be tempted to tell you to send me that in a gift card.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that one's definitely in the future. The new Yazoo.
I wonder if they let you pay with it. I wonder if they let you pay the whole radio cost in like $45 gift cards.
Okay, you can.
That's awesome.
because and my original goal was to get several $100 gift cards and have them put back, and which it hasn't happened, of course. But I asked him that. I was like, So can I get like say $100 gift cards and use them at one time on this radio? He said, I don't care. So you can do what you want with them.
That's awesome.
He said the gift cards are good for like a year. I was like, okay.
Terry, thanks for the super chat. Eagle One. Yes, sir. The Eagle One Club. I would love to have a second one because there's something that I want to try.
I have a second one.
Yeah, I would love to have a second one.
Matter of fact, that second one, when I return from Florida, is going up in Yankee Victor Delta's yard.
Yeah.
So, but
I would buy a second one in a heartbeat.
I'd like to have a third one, to be honest. My second one is currently on. Can a West Virginia redneck do electrician work? Repaired. That's why when people was talking about how loud it was, I was just tickled.
I wasn't going to co-phase them. No, and I wasn't going to do one like in a parasitic type setup. But yeah, that's a really good idea. But no, that's not what my intention was there, Truffle Butter. I was going to actually build a mount where I could mount them both horizontal and run positive and negative to each one and have a true dipole. And just it'd be a random wired dipole just to see what would happen. You'd have to support the tips of them somehow because they would droop fairly good. But yeah, just to play around.
Terry, I'm really confused why you would put an Eagle One on a rotor.
Well, because if you rotate your vertical, you get better DX to the direction you rotate it. I said that to somebody in the park the other day. I was running the Eagle One. They said, "You're coming in 4 and 4." I said, "Well, hold on. Let me rotate my vertical. How about now?" "Oh, yeah, it's 5 and 3 now." Okay, buddy. Appreciate it. 7-3.
You know, it's funny that he says Eagle One dipole would be interesting. I've considered it.
I just have to have another one.
But
maybe you can drive across town there and pick us up a couple, and I'll just send him money directly.
Yeah.
It's just been something I want to try. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to fashion a plate that can go on top of a pole. You know, a couple of like 2 U-bolts on either side, so 4 U-bolts total. Slide your Eagle One in there, clamp it down, and then wire it up to a coax. Might help it out. Put a little 9-to-1 in there or something. But yeah, it'll be fun.
Yes, Hayden definitely wanted to do that before.
That's who I got the idea from. Then I was trying to remember who said it. So yeah, it would definitely be him because it was not my original idea. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember Hayden wanted to try that at one of his memorial activations.
But no, you had a good idea, Brian. If you phase them, you can do like an inline setup and have like a parasitic one. It'd be cool with 3 of them.
Let's do an Eagle One cubicle quad.
There you go. Yeah, it'd be cool to have 3 of them, Brian. You can drive one, and yeah.
That would be the problem if I bought Eagle One. I'd never sell any antennas because I'd be too busy doing all this crazy stuff with all the stock.
Eagle One doesn't have any stock because James has 48 of them set up in his backyard. I could just like buy like little 2x2 patches of land. No, I need room for radials. So 33-foot squared patches of land everywhere, and just I could run them all the way down the eastern seaboard and just run them. What kind of antenna you got there? I got a 2,000-mile long parasitic array.
Oh, that's great. That's right. Hit that button.
That's right.
That crazy thumb button. The one that hurts when you press it, because evidently it hurts. It hurts tremendously. Matter of fact, I need 3 people that is not subscribed that's watching this to subscribe, because I need 3 new subscribers by the end of this stream. It's imperative.
All right, you talked me into it.
Actually, I have a crazy, outrageous goal. Not that I'm going to make it, but I just want to see how close we can do it. I need 903 subscribers by the end of February.
February is normally a good month. So,
February is
yeah.
always a good month, but I want to shatter every record I've ever set. I need 903 new subscribers. So not only if you're not subscribed, do I need you to subscribe? I need you to spread the word to all your ham fans that this is the channel to subscribe to. Cornbread, if you're not subscribed already, you're in trouble. No, do not subscribe fake accounts or your bonus account or nothing like that, because YouTube goes through and purges accounts that doesn't watch things for certain amounts of time. I want legitimate accounts that people who actually watch them.
You know what? All right, Georgia Parks and Propagation. Go over to his channel right now. Everybody here in the chat, go over there, hit the subscribe button, because coming up soon, I imagine he's going to have a lot of content about how they did field day, winter field day here in Georgia, and it's a good source of information for the Georgia Parks on the Air event coming up later this year. So go to Georgia Parks and Propagation. That's our buddy Ron Chris, Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar. Give him a subscribe and keep up with what's going on here in Georgia as far as Parks on the Air. A great resource. Don't miss it. Go now or after the stream.
So
Open up a new tab.
He does activations in the country of Georgia.
In the country of Georgia, and sometimes on the island of Georgia. Isn't there like a South Georgia island? I think somewhere. Yeah.
There is a I'm pretty sure it's a country called Georgia.
Yep. Or there used to be. Maybe it got folded in, but I know there's like a South Georgia island or something. Yeah, help him get to his 200 mark.
For once, Georgia winter field day was actually true winter.
Yeah, it was cold.
You know, it was. I'll tell you, it was a lot colder on Tickeridge than it was in other places in West Virginia, but it wasn't as bad as 2 years ago. It's still 2 years ago. Still, and I got to thinking about that when I said 2 years ago was 7 degrees. I got to thinking that was 7 degrees down. Well, I can't believe I get to say it. That was 7 degrees down in Breeden.
In Breeden, yeah, that's right.
That wasn't on top of Tick Ridge. It was probably around 3 degrees up there, I would say.
That was not out Breeden. That was in Breeden.
Right. That was 7 in Breeden.
That's right.
If you guys do Parks in the Air and you haven't activated in Breeden before, you're missing out.
You know the bad part about having an odd number in Breeden is somebody has to get it twice, which is weird. Are there any parks in odd?
No.
Oh man,
No parks in odd. Cornbread says Chief or Bills. Just because I do not want to see the Chiefs go anywhere, the Bills. I don't like either team, but the Bills.
Yeah, it's going to be back in the 60s and 70s this week. So you picked a great week to come down and get out of that nasty cold.
I always pick a great week because Florida's always way warmer. I don't care if you guys say it's winter in Florida. It's not winter.
Yeah. Terry has a cousin. Terry has a cousin in Breeden.
Are they in Breeden with you, Terry?
Probably, yeah.
Terry, listen, I know for a fact that Terry has been in Breeden before.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
Is that where his taco place is?
That is not a wild accusation.
The next show is Tank Radio. Thank you so much, Andy, because we never can remember if it's Tank or.
Well, Andy can remember because he was first.
Do you have all right? So, Andy, first of all, you blessed us with your call sign earlier. Now I'm going to ask you another question. Do you have like a Google Calendar set up with a bunch of reminders for every single stream? Because you are omnipresent on every YouTuber stream that I've seen, and it's awesome that you show that much support to everybody. But do you have some kind of set schedule that you go by, or because your thing probably goes off like every day?
I want to add to that. I want to know how's your goal going, Andy, because you said your
remember.
goal was to watch less YouTubers this year. Of course, you're not going to stop watching the Ham Radio Adventure guy because you're
I
too
remember
awesome for
that goal. Yes.
But how is your goal of watching less YouTubers this year?
Memory. Holy crap, dude. That is awesome.
So here's the thing. I have the ARRL database in my brain. Andy probably had some kind of brain surgery, and he has the YouTube database put in his, and he just knows when everybody's going to be there.
That is great.
It's great stuff. Andy's an awesome person. Been watching this channel since a long time. I can't even tell you how long he's
The
been watching this
inception,
channel.
probably. Yeah, it's been a long time.
And he's been a long time supporter of this channel as well. So we appreciate you, Andy. Oh, so nobody told me they fell out this weekend because of field day. So that's awesome.
Guess
So
we're still good then.
So when I run the stats, because it's coming up on the end of the month, and your name doesn't show up because you missed out, I don't want to hear was because you were at field day. Because I'm giving everybody equal opportunity here.
Exo said he may have.
X-Ray Oscar, you did not fall out because of this weekend. X-Ray Oscar, you got me out after late shift last night, and so it wasn't because of this weekend. Don't even go there.
There you go.
I know for a fact he got me because he got me the same time Mo got me. Even though Mo got me this morning as well.
I like it when Chris is in your pileup sometimes on 40-meter sideband, because your pileup will be thick as thieves, and at the tail end of the pileup you hear Oscar.
Mo, I know. I happen to know for a fact that you're still in.
That is funny to hear, though. Oscar. That's kind of,
that's all he'll say is just Oscar.
I know, and it's ubiquitous. It's kind of like my boo going Victor. You know who it is.
It's crazy because I wonder what people who's not associated with my channel, and that's your problem because you're not. I wonder what they think when I'm running these crazy big pile-ups, and that they're using 1,500 watts trying to break through, and you got somebody that's really low just doing something. Not that Chris's signal's low, but it could be, and I just hear Oscar or banana pudding or wolf,
peanut butter parfait,
or for example, I hear QRP and I come back with QO2 Yankee India Yankee.
Or peanut butter parfait, or we did it out tonight.
$2 for forgetting I wasn't in the PCN challenge to start with. Listen, I know if I'm from a poor county in West Virginia, Chris, but that doesn't mean I didn't go to school.
I think Chris just set precedent. So if you're not in the PCN challenge, you have to super chat $2.
There we go. And Chris, you're absolutely right. The whisper does kill them.
Yes.
And it's funny because sometimes it even kills me. I laugh when my pileup is like 45 seconds to a minute long, and I'm sitting there listening. I'm just sitting there listening, getting this mental list in my head, and here comes Chris just whispering.
This is what I laugh at.
And there's times that I just let that pileup keep going, and I just whisper back to him and make a contact. And we'll get done with the whole QSO, and that pileup still be going. And I just start really listening, and you just go from there.
This is what gets me: is your pileup comes through, and I look down the meter. Your whole pile's like 15 to 20 over, and all I hear over the top of that, like he's on an FM repeater, Whiskey 0 Charlie Golf Charlie, and I'm like, holy crap!
It's just absolutely unreal.
Oh, it's so funny.
It is. It's absolutely unreal.
Well, his vocal cords had, I don't know, at least 6 dB.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
That's all I can say about it.
Now you can, yeah. James curated it. Now you got Sherry doing it. Oh, fun times, fun times. But yeah, busy weekend, man. I'm glad everybody is hopefully had some good food if you were out with your club. I know Chris shared some pictures in our chat about some breakfast that he had and the 37,000 dozen of eggs they cooked. It looked like some good food because field day is always about the food, right?
We had our usual Saturday evening potato soup, and Candace makes a mean potato soup. Let me tell you,
Sounds good.
It's really good. Terry's had it before. He's been to some of our events. Even though Terry chickened out this year.
Oh, he had to wash his hair this weekend. He couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't go. He was one Sierra Whiskey Victor. That's one shower Whiskey Victor.
I think he got me. I think when he hunted me, he said 1 in Whiskey Victor, and I was like, "What is that?" So I called him, and I was like, "What is 1 in Whiskey? One nude Whiskey Victor."
That's hilarious. Brent says, "What's the next big event?" That'd be Orlando Hamfest.
That's right.
We can 2 weeks from now, a little under 2 weeks.
And Chris said he thought Terry was one Clarice. Yeah, you got Orlando Hamfest is the next big event, and it's going to be off the chains. I'm gonna reiterate this one more time. There is going to be a special guest at the Orlando Hamfest, and if you do POTA, you're going to want to be there for this special guest, and it's not me. I'm going to be there, but there's going to be a special guest there too. We'll say that one more time. If you're on the ups and ups, I don't know, should I go or should I not? You want to. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And it's not me. So.
No, Sherry will be there, Toby, but it's not her. This will be Sherry's actual second Orlando Hamfest. So,
I wonder if the guy with the doll will be there again.
The guy with what?
The doll. And you know which doll I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I know which doll you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one why we don't allow Terry to go to Orlando.
That's right. I'm sure he will be there.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows Orlando is a safe place from Terry, so that guy normally shows up there.
Toby just said touchdown Kansas City. So we might want to get off the stream before James starts to throw stuff.
I ain't gonna throw nothing. I am going to go out and activate because I know who's going to the POTA Super Bowl this year, and it's this guy.
That's right.
Because it's just the Kings back in town this year. I've been absolutely out there just crushing it. This weekend, of course, I was at field day, but
let me give you a little hint about the Orlando Hamfest. If you've never been there before,
she's got this right on the money.
If you've never been there before, this is going to be your first time there. The POTA tent is right there next to what's normally a barbecue trailer right behind it, which is great barbecue. But right behind that, I'm talking literally 5 big steps. You can take 5 steps and you're there. Is a brick-fired pizza place, and it is phenomenal.
Absolutely. It absolutely. It's worth the money, that's for sure. All right, we are going to start wrapping this up, but I'm going to touch on this question really quick for Toby, because I'm pretty sure that Toby is wondering what time I'm leaving, because she's wondering what time she can get me on the air.
That's right.
Toby, in about 20 minutes, you can get me on the air for tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm leaving tomorrow. It depends on a message that I get in the morning. So I hope the earliest I possibly can. If worst comes to worst, it may be Tuesday morning, but I plan on leaving tomorrow morning as early as possible, going down to Greenville and staying the night in Greenville, South Carolina. And I haven't looked, but I do know that there was a couple of VAT notes that was sitting on my trip radar. I don't know if they've been activated since, but they have popped up recently. No, Terry, not by train. But I'm taking the Eagle One, baby. So it's maybe a couple Atnos tomorrow as well. We'll just have to see about that. But we'll see what time I get to leave. But I am going out to do a late shift for those of you, because travel days are kind of iffy. You know, you don't know what you're going to come into on the road, and I'm giving y'all every opportunity to stay in that challenge. So I will be out right here shortly. After the stream, I'm going to go up. As a matter of fact, I've still got my log from earlier 1810, and I'm just going to add it to it and be done with it. So 1810 shortly, leaving for Florida tomorrow, if at the latest Tuesday morning, but probably tomorrow. And either Tuesday evening or Wednesday 1, you might even catch myself with Whiskey Delta 4 Delta Alpha November on the air. Maybe even a little bit of Yankee Victor Delta and Juicy Manly Meatloaf too. You never know about that. But all right, guys, thanks for the super chats, and go watch Tank and get ready to hunt me shortly. 73, everybody.
See you guys.